Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a project that I never thought would be listed on Coinbase, but alas, it is listed on Coinbase, and this project is called DFI.Money or the YFII token, right? Again, as always, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects that we cover in our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to their website, DFI.Money. That is DFI.Money in order to learn more about this project, right? So, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rely on the information presented below the coin market caps page for this token, and which means it's going to be a peripheral analysis. But I highly recommend you guys to do your own in-depth analysis before you put any of your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is DFI.Money? DFI.Money, also known as YFII, is a fork of popular decentralized finance or DeFi aggregator platform Yearn Finance. Launched in July 2020, it aims to optimize returns for DeFi investors while adhering to changes proposed by an upgrade plan called YFII. In addition to protocol changes, DFI.Money has also released new products, chief among which the Vault, which describes it as its killer product. The native token of DFI.Money is YFII, a fixed supply token with liquidity providers earning in accordance with their network interaction. So again, right off the bat, there's a lot of things to take apart from this particular section. So if you guys know this or don't know this, basically YFII is a fork of the platform Yearn Finance. So Yearn Finance is a project that we already covered in our channel. It is a project that I'm a big fan of, and I personally believe that project is going to be worth extremely lot when it comes to Bitcoin comparative. And if you want to check out my video and my thoughts on that, please check out my channel, right? So that project was created by Andre Cronje, who is also a very popular figure in the crypto space. So once Yearn Finance was kind of like popular, there was a lot of clones of Yearn Finance that were created, and many of them were forks of Yearn Finance's code. And one of the most famous and the most popular, also slightly controversial fork of Yearn Finance is DFI.Money, or this project, right? YFII token, right? So again, this project was launched in July 2020, so it's obviously slightly over a year since this project has been launched, and this project still survives today. And it aims to optimize return for DeFi investors while adhering to changes proposed in an upgrade plan called YFII-8. So this is the upgrade plan that kind of distinguishes itself from the Yearn Finance protocol, but not really, right? Because the platform itself is a fork, and therefore this project will always be known as the fork or the clone of Yearn Finance, even though it tries to distinguish itself from Yearn Finance using the YFII-8 kind of like upgrade plan that they suggest that is making this platform different than Yearn Finance, right? So overall, when it comes to platform wise, this platform is a DeFi yield optimizer, right? Which is different from DeFi yield aggregator. So there's a big difference between that. And DeFi yield optimizer tries to optimize your yield, whereas an aggregator tries to provide you an aggregate of as many yields as possible and the best returns that you can get through that aggregation, right? So that's what Yearn Finance does. But YFII, or the DFI.Money platform, basically tries to optimize your yield so that you could just get the best possible rate for your tokens with the lowest or relatively lowest risk possible, right? And they basically consider one of their product called the Vault as a killer product. Again, vaults basically exist in many different platforms, not just this platform. So the fact that they're calling this as a killer product seems to show kind of like a little bit of ignorance, in the sense where there is multiple different platforms that have the product called Vault, and DFI.Money is basically claiming this to be one of their killer product, which doesn't really make sense in a whole lot, but overall it is what they're claiming, and let's go with that. So just like any platform, this platform also has its own native token, YFII, and it is a fixed supply token because it was obviously forked from Yearn Finance, which was also a platform with a fixed supply token of its own. And users can basically provide liquidity to this platform in order to earn YFII tokens based on their network interaction. So the more they interact with the network, the more tokens are issued to the user. So that's basically how this token is promulgated, right? So now that we've kind of like spoke about this platform and this token in a quick summary, let's talk about the founders of DFI.Money. So to be honest, in my personal opinion, I don't think you can call someone a founder just because they fork a project, right? So that's basically my opinion. So when I'm reviewing through this information, I'm basically going to read every bit of information in a skeptical way, because technically this project was just forked or hard forked from Yearn Finance. So technically the founder is still on Recronia, right? DFI.Money originated as a hard fork of Yearn Finance, the aggregator for DeFi returns created by Recronia. Again, just like what I mentioned, Cronia left the original incarnation of Yearn Finance, iEarn, in early 2020, only to return to continue its development, whereupon its popularity grew considerably as DeFi became more mainstream. So again, the Yearn Finance platform was initially known as iEarn. Cronia basically left this platform, but then rejoined it, and then kind of noticed the popularity of the platform also grew while he came back, as the Yearn Finance platform became the one of the main projects in the DeFi space at that time. In July 2020, mining and farming of Yearn Finance's YFI token ended, and a proposal to protect liquidity provision from whales earned 80% support among protocol participants. However, it was not adopted due to not meeting Yearn Finance's requisite 33% quorum requirement. So again, in July 2020, there was basically a disagreement between the community on about protecting liquidity for the for platforms from the whales, and that kind of led to a disagreement, because in order to get a consensus, you have to have 33% quorum, but that basically did not really happen for this particular platform, Yearn Finance, because Yearn Finance was obviously having a lot of challenges from the inside itself, right, from within the community. As a result, a group of users opted to hard fork the protocol to create DFI.Money with its own token YFII. So again, due to this disagreement, a group of people from the Yearn Finance community decided to hard fork it. So obviously there's no set founder, it's just a group of people who decided to hard fork this platform, Yearn Finance platform, in order to create DFI.Money with its own token YFII. The hard fork implemented the proposal known as YIP8, which makes YFII rewards decrease each week, following a pattern popularized by Bitcoin. So again, YFII basically had a major kind of like upgrade, the YIP8 upgrade, or Yearn Finance Improvement Proposal, or Yearn Improvement Proposal number 8, which sought to make the YFII token a deflationary token by basically decreasing the amount of tokens the new amount of tokens that are emitted on a weekly basis, which is basically gathered from an inspiration from Bitcoin, right? Which also has a halving kind of event that reduces the emission of Bitcoins every 4 years. So that's basically the main background of the origins of this platform itself, right? So now moving on to the most important question, what makes DFI.Money unique? So if you were to look at this platform, what about this platform is going to make you invest in this token compared to several other tokens, right? So that's the interesting question. So let's see what answers does this platform provide. So DFI.Money essentially fulfills the same role in the DeFi marketplace as Yearn Finance, subject to different protocol rules for its token and with some new features. So again, the very first line, they're admitting that this is a platform that basically is a carbon copy of Yearn Finance. It doesn't do anything that different from Yearn Finance, except for some new features. So right off the bat, you are aware that this is basically a clone of another successful project, and it doesn't necessarily offer something drastically unique, but it does have some new features which could potentially be of interest to some people, right? Its appeal is thus aimed at users of its predecessors who voted in favor of YFII, as well as newcomer DeFi investors who want to maximize returns by providing liquidity. So again, this sentence basically lays out pretty clearly which audience group this platform is aiming to target, right? So the first set of audience that this platform is aiming to kind of like target is people who voted in favor of YFII. So again, right off the bat, this is a very small subset of people, because you don't have a lot of people who participated in YFII, because people who obviously like knew about this project in the very beginning, since the inception of this project, were probably a small group of hardcore DeFi fans or people who are from the developer community, right? So those were the people who mainly wanted some form of a change from Yearn Finance's protocol, and those were the people who sympathized with the group who initiated the hard fork, were the people who are most likely to buy or invest in this token, right? So that's the first set of people, right? Which is already a very small subset of people. And people who are new to the DeFi platform, or people who are new to the DeFi ecosystem, who are aiming to maximize returns by providing liquidity. So these are the main two people, right? The first set of people are people who either are predecessors of this platform, who like or who supported the YFII hard fork or mechanism that aims to produce a similar platform to Yearn Finance, but provides much better liquidity provision rewards. So those are the first group of people that this platform is aiming to attract. The second group of people are unwary newcomers to DeFi space who just want to make a lot of money by providing liquidity, right? Because this platform is allowing people to provide liquidity and earn this native token YFII. That's one of the other group of people who this platform is aiming for. People who are focusing on fundamentals and all that, this token is not for you, right? So that's basically what this sentence is stating right now. So again, DFI.Money's website states that its protocol is community owned and does not offer commercial incentives such as developer rewards by default. So again, one other potential drawback is that the website states that this platform is community owned, which again may or may not be true, because as we know before, only a small group of people initially supported this platform in the first place, and therefore they are the ones who are most likely to control this platform, thereby making this platform a highly centralized token, or a very weird anomaly token, which is supported by a very small group of individuals, but can be easily manipulated as well, right? So that's basically what this platform is all about. And again, it does not necessarily offer any form of commercial incentives for developers by default. So if you are to develop more on this platform or to try to make it better, you have literally no incentive to do that. So this platform is, in theory, bound to remain stagnant because there is no actual incentive for people who choose to develop on this platform by default, right? So that's basically the situation right now for this platform, which is obviously not a positive look. Users join one or both of the liquidity pools which feature Curve or CFI or Balancer or BAL, earning YFII tokens as a reward for providing liquidity. So let's say, for example, despite all these potential warning signs, you still choose to earn this token or wanna get exposure to this token. You can go to Curve Finance and Balancer in order to provide liquidity there for this token and basically earn this token passively, right? So that's obviously something that you can choose for yourself. DFI.Money also introduced a new feature, the Vault, which seeks to gain users the highest returns of any token automatically according to user submitted strategies without the users themselves manually setting up transactions. So just like Dfi Finance or other platforms that kind of aim to provide you the biggest yields, this platform also has its Vault, which is also known as its killer product, double quotes, that basically aims to provide you the highest yields possible automatically, which means you don't have to manually compound it, right? So again, although that is a good feature, these days any DeFi platform that you take has this particular feature built in, which makes this completely obsolete or something that is already present in the existing world. So there's no real unique reason to use this platform unless you actually find this platform or token attractive or its origin story attractive, right? So that's basically that. So going to the security of this platform, again, DFI.Money states that YFII has a guaranteed fixed supply of 40,000 tokens, which cannot be manipulated by developers. Again, the max supply is obviously 40,000 tokens, and they're guaranteeing, in double quotes, that this platform or this token cannot be manipulated, which I highly disagree with, because with such a really small supply, one or two people are more than sufficient to manipulate the token price of this token. And it has happened in the past with Yearn Finance itself. Again, this is just speculation, but there have been reports from the Yearn Finance, people who are looking closely at Yearn Finance, that Yearn Finance itself was severely manipulated. So therefore, I think DFI.Money is also most likely to be manipulated, because it is also kind of like a shady project with shady origins, and therefore this platform and this token can be easily manipulated, right, by a very small group of individuals. So this was made possible by sending keys, allowing minting of new tokens to a so-called black hole address, and access to them is permanently lost. So again, they are stating that this platform is not really easily manipulable because the founders or people who created this token basically have burnt the token address by sending it to a black hole address, right? Thereby permanently making this token address being lost. Again, that is true, but that still doesn't prevent whales from manipulating the price of this token because of the extremely small supply, right? Developers published links to the transactions showing transfer of keys to the black hole. So again, yes, obviously the keys have been burned, which is really good, but that still does not guarantee that this token cannot be manipulated. And we have seen time and time again that anything that can be manipulated will be manipulated, and this token is no exception. In fact, there have been extreme rumors from people in Reddit communities for this platform stating that this token has been severely manipulated. And once we see the charts for this tokens, you guys will understand that this token is a token that can easily be manipulated, right? So that's the overview of DFI.Money and YFII YFII token itself. So going to the website itself, so this is the website for DFI.Money, deposit to earn. So that's basically their kind of like catchphrase. And if you see, there's a weird space between the exclamation mark, which is something that is obviously like not typical of a sentence or a phrase in English. But again, that's kind of showing that this platform is quite crazy, put together by a group of people who don't really proofread things, right? A DeFi farming aggregator that automatically puts your crypto assets to work for high yield profits. Again, here they're naming this platform as an aggregator, but there it was, again, in CoinMarketCap, they mentioned as optimizer. So again, it could be an optimizer or it could be an aggregator, we don't know, right? Or they're probably using the term extremely loosely, right? So earn now, this is the button you have to click now to earn interest. So this is basically the exact symbol of earn finance, but it is completely like it's rotated to a 180 degree and they mark it as red or pink instead of blue, right? So that's as simple as that. So Dfi Prod Products. So again, one of their main products or their killer product is basically their vault. If you see, they are available on Binance Smart Chain and Huobi EcoChain as well, which is probably something that you can't find from Yearn Finance, because Yearn Finance is only available on Ethereum as well as in the Phantom network, right? But YFII or DFI.Money is available on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain as well as Huobi EcoChain. And again, there are some weird diagrams here. So the advantages, again, safety first. This is something that they are claiming that just because they have an audit report, it's safe, but obviously that's not necessarily true. High profits, again, this is something that is subjective because profits obviously fluctuate in the DeFi space, and a platform that has extremely high profits one day may have the poorest profit the very next day, right? That's because high profitability is not really sustainable. So any platform that provides you with the high returns or high APYs is sure to kind of like be a scam or to not sustain itself and will go irrelevant pretty soon, right? So powerful government, again, by governance proposals, people who hold the YFII tokens have the ability to participate in network governance or platform governance. But again, it's going to be a very small group of individuals because based on the price of this token, not a lot of people would even be willing to look at this token because it's a very expensive token to buy, and only people with a lot of money can basically buy a full token and who will be willing to afford to buy a full token, and there's not a lot of people who will do that, right? And therefore this token is already isolated to the wealthy few individuals, right? So here is their lending platform. Again, they have options platform, they have a mining agreement, they have another S.finance options platform, algorithmic stablecoin. So they pretty much have they have the hands on pretty much everything. They started off as a DeFi yield optimizer / aggregator, but now they have lending, borrowing, options trading, blah blah, so many things, right? So here are some of the community projects. So Boring DAO, Orbits, Piggy, Kian Protocol, Golf are some of the partners or projects that work closely with the DFI.Money platform. And for loan projects, they're working with FallTube, Filder, Flux, and Piggy. Their other partners include Near Platform, Oasis Foundation, Sil Finance, Binance Chain, Chainlink, Huobi EcoChain, Akala, Polkadot, Moonswap, Nest, Fair Game, Mercurity, and Bifrost. So these are some of the partners, but we don't know what level of partnership they have with this platform. But overall, again, it's all up in the air, right? So you basically have to do a little bit of digging to see what kind of partnerships they have with these platforms. And at the bottom, as always, you have the social media links. You can obviously click on these links and get more updates from this platform. So that's pretty much it for this platform. I will quickly show you the actual platform itself, or the dApp itself, where you can easily make the money. So again, this platform is obviously going to be something that you need to do a lot of research on. So If you click on the button on the top, you clearly see that you can deposit and earn 7.93% APY, which is obviously not a great APY for BUSD. You can pretty much find higher APYs on Binance Smart Chain dApps for tokens like this, and you can also see 13.3% APY for DAI, and that's pretty much it. You don't really have a lot of variety. You basically have the killer product that they call as Waltz, which is their killer product. They pretty much have just 4 to 5 tokens, right? Nothing much. So this is basically their killer dApp or killer product. You also have other options here, but I'm personally not really impressed with that, so I'll let you guys go through that yourself. So let's go to the coin market cap page for DFI.Money. This token is currently ranked 286th by market cap on coin market cap, and is currently trading at $4,493.29 at the time I'm making this video, with the 18.92% decrease in the past 24 hours. Again, people obviously have realized that this token is obviously just like any other random crap coin which has literally no utility or anything like that, and they're dumping this token immediately after the Coinbase listing. So this is obviously dumping, and I think it will continue to dump with literally no incentive to hold this token, right? The market cap is again $173 million in market cap, which is obviously something that people think is very high, but I think this market cap can shrink further. I think this market cap will shrink to a point where this token will probably be less than $100 million in market cap pretty soon, because again, with the Coinbase listing, there's literally nothing else that this token has anything going for. Obviously, people who are willing to buy this token for the purpose of providing liquidity and earn more of this token, is going to dump this token, which is going to slump the price of this token even more, thereby making this token reach below the $100 million market cap pretty soon, right? So if you see, the market cap to total value locked ratio is ginormously high. So if you see the market cap, which is 173 million, and the total value locked is only $573,000, you can clearly see that this project is extremely overvalued. So the market cap to total value locked ratio provides a number, which is basically a ratio that says whether a project is overvalued, undervalued, or fairly valued, right? So if the ratio equals 1, then the token is fairly valued. If the ratio is less than 1, then the token is undervalued. If the ratio is over 1, then the token is overvalued, right? So here you can clearly see that the ratio is 302.93, which means it's 300 times or 302 times overvalued than its actual value should be. That's because there's not a lot of money that's locked into this platform, because people don't really give a damn about this project. So that's one of the reasons why this token is worth, this token doesn't have a lot of money locked into it, but the market cap itself is overblown to a point where this token is overvalued, right? So I would definitely not suggest you guys to buy this token. This token is already overvalued, and if you see, despite having an 18 to 19% decrease in the past 24 hours, this token is still 302 times overvalued than its actual potential fair value, right? Which means this token is going to dump like crazy, and a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money, right? So if you see, obviously the tokenomics is something that is a weird anomaly. Obviously, despite having an extremely high circulating supply in proportion to the max supply, this token is still dumping, because again, obviously tokenomics is not everything, right? Just because you have a token that has a very, very limited supply doesn't mean that the token is going to pump, right? Obviously, I mentioned in several of my videos that if a token has all its fundamentals failing, but if its tokenomics is good, it can potentially, in theory, perform well, right? Yes, but this is a token that is outside of that of the rule, because it's an exception, right? This token is definitely going to dump extremely hard, even if its tokenomics is quite robust. So that's obviously making this token as a weird anomaly, right? And if you scroll further below, this token has been dumping like crazy. In the long run, if you see overall, this token was initially worth $1,100 last year when this token was initially kind of like conceived by the community. The token was worth $1,100 on 29th of July last year, and it immediately shot up to an all-time highs of about close to $9,000 per token before crashing back down to a price of about I think it reached about 1,400, close to its all-time lows, and then it was moving extremely volatilely. People lost a lot of money, right, during that crash, and this token was moving sideways, making some peaks and lows, and crashed during 21st of May this year, and reached $1,700 from a price point of $3,000, and then it was moving sideways, and then it started pumping, and now it's kind of like in the dumping territory. So if you want to buy this token, despite all the warning signs that I'm giving you guys, you should probably buy this token only when it is below 1,500 or 1,200 or in that range, right? Because obviously this token is a very, very risky token. It has literally no fundamentals. It is a fork of another popular token, and it's pretty much easy to manipulate this token, right? So if you are trying to buy this token, I only suggest you to buy this after doing a lot of research, obviously, and after the token price has reached below the $1,500 or $1,200 mark per token. That's a good time to enter. This is not a good time to enter. I think this is the worst time to enter. If you want to lose a lot of money, then this is the perfect time to enter. But again, not financial advice, and I don't want you guys to lose your money, but that's basically my suggestion. If you go to the Bitcoin comparative, on the other hand, the Bitcoin comparative has been pounded so hard that this token is pretty much at its all-time lows, right? If you take the Bitcoin comparative, the token was worth 0.09 BTC per token last year when it initially was forked, but it reached an all-time highs of about 0.7 BTC per token before crashing back down to a price point of about 0.04 BTC per token. So people who bought it at the peak would have suffered a massive crash and their portfolio probably obliterated, right? So the token easily was moving sideways and it did not recover significantly in the Bitcoin comparative. So if you're looking to buy this token with the Bitcoin comparative, this seems like a good price point to buy. Obviously, I'm not suggesting you guys to buy this token. I feel like this is one of the worst tokens that I've reviewed. And if this token pumps, obviously there's a lot of chance of making money, because in the Bitcoin comparative, at least this token has been performing consistently low, and it is pretty much it's close to its all-time lows, right? So if you want to buy this token, you're taking a big risk, but if you want to buy this token, it's better to buy it with Bitcoin comparative rather than dollar comparative, right? Because the Bitcoin comparative seems to be doing better because it's pretty low compared to the dollar comparative, right? So looking at the markets itself, this token is available obviously on Binance, Huobi Global, Coinbase, so on and so forth. It's even available on FTX. So it's pretty much available on pretty much all the major centralized exchanges, and obviously available on Uniswap and I think 1inch as well. But again, even though this token has a lot of liquidity, I think this token is easy to manipulate. My final verdict on this token is that this is a fork. This is, again, has no utility. It has literally no use case. It was specifically designed to provide yields or provide a consistent source of income to liquidity providers, which again, based on the total value locked, you can clearly see that nobody is willing to lock their tokens on this platform because there's literally nothing. The APYs they're offering on their platform is jokingly low. It's completely a obsolete platform with no use cases and nothing to look forward to, right? So it's a platform that I would personally never put my money. I would stay 40 foot away from this platform or token, and I suggest you guys to obviously look for other better platforms or tokens to invest your time and money in, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.